Well, hello there, guys. Welcome to the stream. We are, of course, going to get started here with some more Strategic Command World War II. Sorry, Order of Battle World War II. Strategic Command was yesterday. So we're going to get started with some Order of Battle World War II and see if we can have some fun. We do have this streaming on multiple platforms, so we've got it on Twitch, we've got it on YouTube, etc. I am going to go ahead and basically continue the campaign that I was doing a few days ago, and that was our campaign in France. Well, actually, France, Belgium, the Low Countries in general, the Netherlands, and we are going to try and, of course, get a victory here, guys. So, for those of you that were not here for the last time we played this game, I'll sort of give you a rundown. We're basically playing as the Germans trying to conquer, of course, France, Belgium, etc. So we're going to try to accomplish that here. And one of the main objectives is actually for us to destroy, I think it was 88 units initially. Now we're down to like 71. We have to destroy a whole lot of units in this particular mission. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get into Louvain and basically just try and take as many of these French towns as I can. Really want to try to get or raise as much cash as I possibly can, but I'm not really sure we're going to be able to raise much. You know, we're still fighting pretty hard. We've attacked most of these locations. Thanks, Cheeto. We will do that. Hold on. We're pretty low on game volume. Hold on, guys. Hopefully that's better, guys. So here we go. Hello, Legendal, and everybody. Good to see you guys. So here we go. Hopefully that's better for the sound. We're gonna jump in here. I want to make sure I've already used all my Stukas. I believe I have my Messerschmitts, my Stukas have attacked. Done some pretty good damage here. And at this point, we're still moving forward. Over here near Tournai, there's that river that's actually stopping us from crossing as quickly as we'd like, but we're gonna have to ignore it and just continue. Some unmoved units here, and that's going to be our SDKFZ. We'll move him back. Remember, the SDKFZ can go outside of the zone of control and still be just fine on fuel. Let's see what we've got here. Well, I guess we can move the artillery up. Let's put it over here near this piece of artillery as well. All right, let's see. How many points do we have here? Yeah, so some of you guys are going to be getting points no matter what, according to moves right here. Well, as long as you follow us and we see you here on a fairly consistent basis, we'll definitely hook you up with some points. I'm going to go ahead and end my turn. It's time for the Belgians, the French, and the rest of his dogs to fight back. Actually, they managed to push back some of our units. Wow, so they actually cut off some of our units. This definitely complicates things. So as you can see, a lot of the actual units on the enemy side, if we like take a look here near Roubaix, a lot of the, especially the units guarding the Belgian cities, are British units. So they're not exactly getting help from other Belgians. They're definitely using the British to assist them. I'm going to have to fight back here and actually recapture this bridge because the enemy is trying to cut me off. It's really frustrating, but there's not much we can do about it except try and destroy the enemy units. And considering the fact that one of the objectives is to kill as many enemies as possible during this mission, I guess it's not the end of the world. We'll go ahead and try to finish them off. Let's get into Thielt. I don't believe that our armored car can take this area, but we can at least scout around and check out the scenery. All right, we're also getting some reinforcement points. Not many, but some. We'll be moving into Tournai right now. And actually, we might be able to get in there fairly easily. I expected a really tough fight, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen that way. Okay, let's end the turn. Ah, the Western Front. One moment. All right, I'm going for the Panhard 178. nice little French armored car there. I do want to chase this guy and take him out. And look at this, we've got Chasseurs Alpines, so Alpine Chasseurs. These are definitely mountain units. We can actually see these skis on their back, which I think is a nice little touch. We're going to keep following. We want to take these guys out. And I'm even going to try to follow this Panel, try to take it out. We can always reinforce the men after, but we've got to get all those kills. And it's going to take a while to stack them up, to be honest with you. I actually want to see if there are any planes we could use. We know we've got some planes somewhere, but it might take a while to get there. Let's go ahead and try to take this unit out with the Artie. Very unlikely. What can we do with this guy? Yes, we got him, guys. We got one of the French infantry units getting smashed in that river. Absolutely perfect. Hello, Yogic Fire. Hello, Firefly Boy. Everybody, it's good to see you guys. Hit the armored car, went on the river. Yes, Dune Warrior. He was right. Dune Warrior was actually right. We actually, it's funny you mentioned that, Yogic Fire. We actually had this discussion the last time we were playing this game, and I was explaining that, of course, the French made a tremendous amount of mistakes. Nobody's doubting that. But the French actually had tanks at the time. When faced with the German tanks, which at the time were like Panzer IIs and Panzer IIIs, that were actually pretty damn good. Really, I think the main reason the French crumbled, and a few people had some differing opinions, my belief is that the actual leadership of the French army was focused on World War I. They were in a World War I mentality when they should have been trying to think, how is this war different from World War I? But they just didn't do that, and as a result, of course, they got their asses handed to them. They did put up some good fights, though, and you got to give it to them. Considering the might of the German army, the French definitely had some decent fights, put it that way. See who else we have. Alright, we're taking Broye en Artois just to make things a little easier for us. And we'll keep on moving north. Well, hello, how y'all doing? Unfortunately, we've already attacked. Now, there are secondary objectives to take cities, but really our primary objective during this particular mission is to destroy as many of the enemies as possible. Of course, we've got Dunkirk up here. Well, that's Dunkirk, so it is. So getting to it, it's going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass. So you agree in a nutshell? Not really. I think that, you know, obviously it depends what part of history you're in. In this particular case, I don't think they were useless. They did actually manage to do some damage to the German army. So I wouldn't say totally useless, but they made a tremendous amount of mistakes. And like I said, I really am not sure whether those mistakes were because of the men or because of the generals. I'm assuming it was really a top to bottom issue, where the leadership was just awful. But they certainly should have put up a much better fight against the Germans, that's for sure. Especially after Poland was defeated, the French should have realized, like, okay, now there's a very real threat, a very real possibility that the Germans are going to attack us. So we might want to beef up our defenses. And they didn't. You know, obviously on the Manfred line, they beefed up, or the Maginot line, excuse me, they beefed up their defenses quite a lot, but the Germans, you know, they weren't going to attack on the Maginot line. They already knew that that was a losing strategy from World War I. They knew that that wasn't going to work. So, of course, they cut through Belgium, as they probably should have done in World War I, and did a great job at conquering France. They actually managed to do it fairly quickly, I would say. All right, 66 units left to kill. And we could force Belgium to surrender, but I don't think I'm going to do that. What's really annoying is these guys keep taking us away from where we're supposed to be. I'm going to go ahead and fire some mortars at the infantry here. I'm hoping that it's effective. They keep cutting us off from the supply line, and it's actually really damaging to us. Let's see if we can't kill this thing with our beautiful Junkers 87, also known as the Stuka dive bomber. Good hits. Good hit. You could actually see the wheels flying off. That was pretty nice. And hopefully this guy will not be frustrating us by constantly cutting us off at the rear here. I'm going to have to move this unit back, unfortunately. We'll come back later. We'll go ahead and give him some reinforcements. And we also need to take over... Oh boy, I hope we can find a airfield close by. If not, we're going to need to take over this airfield and get really lucky, and I don't know if we can get there in time. Oh, there we go. Another enemy vehicle. I think if I replayed this mission, I would probably take a lot more air units. Let's go ahead and open fire on the enemy infantry right here. I'm telling you, that artillery is incredible. And if we need to use the enemy, or our artillery to destroy the enemy infantry, so be it. I can do that. I'm going to also take this tank, start crossing the river here. Get some reinforcements for the Panzerkampfwagen. And I'll get some reinforcements for this guy as well. Why not? He deserves it. Maybe. Let's see if we can't take this guy out with the infantry. Because I'd rather bring this this tank back. And hello, welcome to the channel. Somebody followed us. Good to see you, man. I want to take Hasbrook, but I'm sure it's going to be defended. So let's just pop outside. And lucky enough, doesn't look like it's defended, but there's definitely some enemies here on the road. Let's take them out with the Panzer III. So remember, when we're considering different kinds of tanks, the Panzer III was really the best the Germans had at the time. Yes, thank you for following us indeed. I don't think they'll ever get to 1K Musa because they bet so much. They bet too much. You guys have to learn when you bet and you win, you just walk away. I mean, remain on the stream by all means, but walk away. Don't bet anymore. If you've won once, you've already beaten the odds. Let's see what else we can do. Yeah, I think we're just going to have to slowly move forward. I mean, we're definitely knocking down the enemy's numbers. No doubt about that. And there's really nothing we could do about this plane. He's basically going to crash unless we find an airfield nearby. I don't see a single damn airfield. We've got this Belgian airfield. They're not going to let us land, of course. But unfortunately, there's not much we can do there. Okay, move north. Let's get into Tournai. So there we go. Tournai is now in our control, and we'll be getting over here very, very soon to the Roubaix area. It looks like this area is heavily defended by British. They've even got bunkers here. They've got 2-pounder AT guns. So they're definitely trying to assist their Belgian allies as much as they can. Unfortunately, we're going to lose a plane. Look at this. They're still cutting us off, man. These Belgians are sneaky, I have to say. Really sneaky. Hello, welcome to the channel. Thanks for following us. We're going to lose a unit here for sure. We just went too far. We sort of overextended our lines. But we are down to killing 64 enemy units. Well, we're going to have to keep fighting. Let me bring in some bombers first. Try to lower the defenses here of the enemy. We'll, of course, get some reinforcements for this guy. This guy, unfortunately, seems pretty stuck. And, yeah, we're putting ourselves in a terrible position, but we have no option. I mean, we've got to try to get past these guys. I'm going to go ahead and just try to reinforce the units that are not terribly injured. And at least get them up to working order. But, yeah, it's frustrating that they keep getting behind us. That bridge is a pain in the ass. Let's grab this guy. Grab this tank. Start opening fire on the enemy bunkers. I'm really hoping that these bunkers count as units. I do believe they do, but I'm not 100% sure on that. No, this is a bad idea. Hold on, guys. We seem to have a mouse issue here. Let me see if I can't figure this out. Give me a second. Okay, let's see if there's something we can do here to fix this. There we go. That was weird. Sorry about that, guys. It's some mouse sensitivity issues, I guess. Okay, so we've got this beautiful tank. Right now our tanks are obviously the ones doing the best, which pretty much makes sense. I'm going to start assisting our guys over here. So I'm going to try and see if I can't get both of these sides to meet up in the middle. To do that, of course, we're going to have to do some work here. But we've got to work with what we have here. It's pretty straightforward. You know, we're going to lose some men on the way, but it's totally worth it. Here we go. Wow, he actually did a lot of damage to our artillery. I'm kind of surprised. That enemy bomber, the Breguet 693, actually managed to do some damage. I was almost certain that that thing was just for show and that it wasn't going to do a damn thing to us. But, of course, we'll move our artillery out. I love those trucks as well. Oh, too bad. Too bad. Alright, let's see. Yep, we gotta continue. Nothing we could do about that. Let's continue. Hold the line, hold the line. All right, here we go. We're starting to finally have some actual British tanks. But we're cut off once again. So I'm going to take this tank. I'm going to try to move in. Looks like the French over here cut us off. Let me get rid of these guys. We're good. This is a Cruiser Mk1. I'm actually not familiar with the Cruiser. I'm familiar with the Crusader, but not the Cruiser. Let's see if we can't get some shots with our artillery on these guys. Even though they're down to 3, we can at least increase the power of that arty. But we're going to need to move a little closer to get some shots here on the enemy. And honestly, that tank looks pretty cool, I have to admit. The Cruiser Mk1. It looks like it could do some damage. Let's move forward. This is the frustrating part of the damn Belgians actually managing to do a lot of damage to us because of their positioning right now. I will bomb this area. What we really need is an airfield, and we just don't have one. So all of these planes are eventually going to go down. There's no two ways about it. Try to fire some mortars here at the enemy. I was hoping he would be in his SDKFZ. Fortunately, that's not the case, so I'm going to go ahead and reinforce this unit so that next turn, maybe, we can do some extra damage. And, of course, we'll keep firing on this British bunker and just wipe it out. right, ending the turn. I want to make sure we don't have any unmoved units that are actually important, and we do actually have one. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do much damage to the Brits, but I'm going to try and cut the French off as best I can, all of the French in this area. And certainly this map, the Dunkirk map, it has a lot of situations where cutting off the enemy can really help you. As you can see, the Belgians have used that against us really well. We need to do the same to them. I could actually go ahead and start attacking the enemy from over here. I'm not sure if this is going to be the best idea, but we're going to try it out. So let's start attacking the enemy infantry. Vorwärtsmänner! At least they won't be able to reinforce their buddies here. At least that's my hope. End the turn. Don't forget, guys, that for the next 5 to 6 days, I believe there's going to be a sale on all of the Order of Battle games, so this is definitely the time for you to pick them up if you haven't already. Or if you're just curious about the games, this is the time to pick up some DLC. The DLC we're playing right now is the Blitzkrieg DLC. So essentially, you can play as the Germans in a number of different attacks, a number of different operations. But there's so many others, and I'm sure many of you guys that are fans of the series have played a lot of them. I have no doubt about that. So if you have any recommendations for friends, please let them know. Like I said, it's going to be on sale for a long time, 5-6 days. Definitely a game you want to pick up. Let's see if I can destroy this damn British tank. Come on. Come on, Männer. Gonna try to run, and we're gonna try to catch him. Good shot. We've still got some artillery as well. We could probably use this against enemy infantry. And just look how effective that is. When the enemy's out in the open, I mean, these 17-centimeter K-18s are beautiful as is, but when the enemy's out in the open, they just work wonders. I'm actually gonna go ahead and... No! Damn it! I refuse to undo. I'm just not like that. If I make a mistake, I'll accept it. Let's see. It's gonna be close. Cutting the enemy off again. And let's actually fire with some mortars just to try and save our men the trouble of having to go in there and root out those Belgians. If that doesn't work, let's follow up with an attack. Man, these guys are tough. Are you guys seeing this? They are really tough. We're going to attack with our heavy infantry now. They are still there. I mean, this Belgian infantry unit is pissing me off, guys. Really pissing me off. They're completely managing to hold us back. Let's see over here what's going on. And I think we can probably finish off this French unit. Good work, Männer. As you can see, we only have a certain number of turns to finish this particular mission, 12 of 35 turns. I mean, we still have quite a while, but it really just goes to show you how complex this mission can get, trying to take as many areas as possible, of course. It's not as easy as it seems, and not just take as many areas as possible, but kill as many units as possible. You really have to go looking for them, and sometimes that's just not easy, as you guys have seen. Let's end the turn here. We don't have anyone else to move, and the low fuel indicators aren't going to do us any favors. Okay, here we go. Calais captured. German forces capture the French city of Calais, located against the Channel coast. Now, this is another thing about this game is you can't give up. No matter what mission you're playing, no matter how tough things get, you just can't give up because there's going to be reinforcements that occasionally happen, a lot of events that could happen, you know, that a lot that have to do with the war, etc. So don't give up. You're bound to get some form of help, some form of reinforcement if you hang in there. Not always, mind you, but sometimes. So I would never, ever give up in this game. Just got to keep on trying, guys. Now over here, this is an annoying situation because the British have cut us off now with their French allies. And we've got a few tanks here that don't look like they're going to make it through today, which is frustrating to say the least. But like I said, don't give up, never surrender. The British said it best. Let's go ahead and open fire. Finally getting rid of this annoying Belgium unit. No prisoners, sad dogs. We'll take these guys as well. Move up here. Actually, we're still low on fuel. All I can do is try and do as much damage to the enemy before we get defeated, and that's just going to be inevitable, at least initially. I mean, once we get to turn 20 or something, we're probably going to be doing a lot better, but right now, we are not doing so well. We've taken a lot of land, a lot of territory, but we're still moving a lot of units into position, and until we get them completely into position, it's going to be rough. It's just going to be rough. I'm going to start attacking the Belgian bunkers here. Open fire. This guy's already stuck behind enemy lines, so I'm just going to make it a little more challenging for the enemy to destroy him. Try and cut off some more of their roads. And let's take a look here at the chat. Yeah, it's funny that you say that, Firefly Boy. That's exactly what I was thinking, trying to capture this airfield, but it is nearby. We got 2 men here. If there's anybody defending that airfield, we're dead. Oh, we got lucky. We might, no, I still don't think we can save it. I should have just trusted in myself because I saw it, but I was like, they're probably defending it. They weren't defending it. Shame on me. So now you've learned from Agrippa, always check the airfields, always. Let's go here. Yeah, there's not much we're going to do with this guy. With this guy, however, we can actually bring him back. Get some reinforcements to him and basically attack the British flanks. Yeah, that's going to be it. We'll end the turn. Oh, and we took the airfield, but they took it back right away, so we would have still been in trouble there. I sort of expected them to take it back. I mean, it's a very valuable position on this map specifically. The BEF here is cutting us off once again. We made a ton of mistakes, obviously, during this Let's Play. But one of the worst mistakes we made is pushed our men way too far into France. Operation Dynamo. The British have given up hope for a successful breakout of the Dunkirk pocket. They have put an operation in place for the evacuation to Britain. Of course they have. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and just basically try to move this guy away from the front. I'm going to do the same with this tank as well. I don't think it's going to be very successful, but maybe we can get this guy to reconnect the rest of our forces. I'm going to fire some rounds off in their general direction. And as you can see, I'm trying to hit the strongest units. I want to weaken their strongest units. It's going to make it a lot easier for us to break through. Reinforcements. 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 Bring in the new troops. Nope. Nope. All right. Hope for the best. Oh man, yep, I expected that. So they're basically just cutting down our forces little by little. It's good to see that we're actually putting up a pretty good fight. Even though we're totally surrounded, our tank is managing to hold on for dear life. So there's a little chance here that we could break out. I think what I'm going to do is move this infantry unit behind the enemy. Open up. Once he gets over here, we might be able to destroy him with some artillery. If not, we can at least damage some of the other enemy units with arty. Or not. We'll move forward and attack once again. And now it's going to be the French that are behind enemy lines. Sure enough, I knew there was probably going to be units in there, and we do have some Belgian soldiers defending this town. Let's finish them off. Feuer! Hear that MP40, just a beautiful sound. Let's finish off this group over here of Belgian soldiers as well. Getting closer and closer to our goal. And I guess we could finish off this bunker complex. We didn't bother to check to see if it actually counts as a unit being destroyed. I'm going to assume it does. Looking pretty bloody on the battlefield. Am I right, mates? It is a nasty battlefield. Let's take a look here. Oh, cool. So you guys are actually deciding what to get. So, so Musso mentions that he likes Burma Road. Burma Road's really good. It also involves a lot of the, how can I put this, the more specialized forces, the special forces. It involves some new countries, Free India for one. Well, not Free India, Colonial India for one. My personal favorite is Morning Sun, and the reason I like Morning Sun so much is it focuses on a war that's never really talked about, and that's the Sino-Japanese War, so the war between Japan and China, which actually started in 1937, about 2 years before World War II. But you know, I've heard from a lot of people that they don't like that DLC, so it really, it's all about you. Whatever you're into, that's probably what you should go for. Like I said, I love the Morning Sun. I love the Rising Sun, too, with the Japanese, where you're basically on the opposite end of the spectrum. But it's a really, I mean, just about every DLC is great. Winter War is amazing. I really haven't seen a single Order of Battle DLC that I was not a fan of. Maybe the only one that personally I don't play much is Kriegsmarine. It's not because it's a bad DLC. In fact, quite the opposite. If you're into naval warfare, especially if you're into learning about the German Navy, Kriegsmarine is amazing. I'm just not really a Navy guy. I think you guys have realized I'm an infantry guy. I like to fight my battles on land, etc. That's just the way I am. So I would go for one of the others, but I will say Kriegsmarine is still great. Burma Road, which Musso mentioned, is the most recent, and yes, very, very fun to play. Oh, damn it, they got behind us. They've even brought up the anti-tank guns to take on our artillery. Well, it finally affected them. Too bad. Finally. Let's go ahead and open fire. The distance on that gun is exceptional. I mean, if you're playing a multiplayer game, and yes, this game does have multiplayer, I highly recommend you pick up a 17 centimeter K18. It is a beast, and the distance it can fire is incredible. So far, my favorite bit of artillery is going to be that piece of artillery there. As you guys know, we do have to eventually end these streams, and this stream is indeed coming to an end. So I do want to remind you guys that right now, every single game in the series is on discount on our main website. You should absolutely head over there. You should also make sure to subscribe to our Twitch channels, our YouTube channels as well, so that you don't miss anything. We'll be back next Monday with some more. And actually what I'm going to do with this particular game, we continued this Battle of Dunkirk from our previous game, from the previous time we played Order of Battle. So I'm going to continue it. So I want to go ahead and save this. And we're just going to save it as France. Or actually, we'll just save over Dunkirk. What's wrong with me? There we go. Because I want to continue this. I really still believe that we can win. I probably would have spent my money in other ways had I had another chance here in Dunkirk. But you know what? It's a start. And look at that. Just when our plane goes down, suddenly the passage is open. Typical, but it's the way it's going to happen. So if anyone has any questions or suggestions, thoughts, please make sure to put them down below. We're always willing to listen to what you guys have to say. And in fact, we love answering your questions, so please feel free to do that. For those of you that are using that betting system with the slits, you guys have got to be more careful with your bets. You're just throwing them all away. Got to be more careful with your bets. So keep that in mind, guys. In the future, I want some more, how can I put this? Some more sensitive betting. You know, be careful. Then again, they're your slits. You do with them as you will. So as you can see, like right now, I think this is a perfect time to actually start again. You can see that all of the units we have right now are all at full strength. So the next part of the game, of course, getting to Dunkirk and cutting through this area, we've actually taken, if you look at this, we've basically taken half the map. It doesn't look that way, but, and primarily because this area it's very actually hard to traverse this area because of all of the rivers, lakes, etc. But once we get through, I think we're going to be knocking these guys down easily. It's just a matter of time. Of course, at first, we're going to have to hold out for quite a while, and especially with the Somoise, and actually this is Renal, and the enemy anti-tank guns. It's kind of a pain in the ass, and I'm really happy to see Renal. As you know, Renal is a company that's still around today, and pretty amazing. Aren't the Germans supposed to encircle the enemy near Dunkirk, not getting encircled themselves? Give it time! Give it time, mein Freund. I like Musso's explanation. I'm just too strong for them to surround me. No, I mean, we're not really surrounded, but they have stopped us. We take a look here at the map really quickly. We have all this land back here that we control, but they have definitely stopped our advance temporarily. But like I said, we're 12 or 16 out of 35 turns. We can absolutely turn this around. You must believe, mein friend. You must always believe in the best outcome. Well, guys, thank you so much for showing up. I'm going to see you guys on Monday for a very special stream. I really can't give any more information than that, but you're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be at the usual time, 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock. And I think you guys are going to see a game that is just so awesome, and you're going to be seeing it for the first time. I really think you guys are going to enjoy it. So we'll have to wait and see. So thank you to everybody that is watching us on YouTube right now. Thank you to everybody that's watching us on Twitch. Don't forget to stop by our YouTube channels. And I hope you guys all have an awesome, awesome day. Ciao, guys, and thanks again.